We got a super deep ravine over here off to our right. And we're coming up on the place where I hit the bear. And there's a bunch of sharp turns before we get to that spot. Okay, so this is all sharp. This is a 55 mile per hour road, so it's not like you're exceeding the speed limit really. I mean, we're going 30 right now. Now granted, it's a non-optimal situation today. We had a lot of rain last night, so we got sticks all over the place and gravel and leaves. Road's still damp, wet. But you can see it's not like the curve snuck up on me. There's plenty of other curves that I'd already gone around. So I was well aware of the kind of road that I was on. Okay, so you got to slow down for this here. Okay, this is sharp. Alright, so this is all sharp, and I knew I was going downhill, so it wasn't that the road got me. What got me was that bear, when it bends in your radiator, you can no longer steer properly, and your E-diff locks up, and I feel like the brakes were weird, but there was just so many things happening all at once. Not being able to steer was a really big problem. As you can imagine, see the radiator invades the wheel well, and it keeps the front wheel from being able to turn back. So what happened was, you can see here that was sharp. These are all sharp turns, so it's not that the turn got me. Those of you who watch my videos enough, you know that if a turn were to slightly get me, worst case scenario, I might go left to center like by a foot or two, tops. I'm not that out of bounds on a road like this to where I'm going to go completely off the road on the other side, which is what happened in this situation with the bear. So let me show you here. So now that you know you understand the lay of the road, oh, I passed it. I passed the spot already. Okay, let's go back. See, it's nothing out of the normal. I keep passing the spot, but I know when I get to the houses. So I realized it was like a baby bear basically. I realized it was probably down getting a drink with his mom. I'm lucky the mom didn't come and get me. Because there's a creek right by it where it happened. So it was crawling up from out of the creek. It probably heard my car coming because there were no cars on the road that night. I'm going to try to turn around here without getting stuck in the mud and without blocking the road if a bike comes down flying around in these turns. These bikes out here today are nuts. To be out here like this. Okay. So, try to reenact it here. I'm gonna take a leak too. Okay, go ahead and shut off the car. Okay. So you can hear the creek over here. So you can see I made it around the worst part of the turn. The worst part of the turn's up there, but the problem was I hit the bear up at the first part of the turn and it messed up my steering. And that locks up the E-diff. So the bear was down here getting a drink, now is what I'm realizing. It all makes good sense now, because that night the water wasn't flowing like this. It was dry. So he would have had to come down here to get a drink. So then he was crawling back up here, and he went over the thing, and or he was going to get a drink. Either way, he was on obviously the roadside of the guardrail, and he went out, and I had to juke to try to miss him. Then I had to turn back to the right, you know, to make the turn. And so when I juked and then turned back to the right, it bent in the radiator, and now the E-diff is locked. Okay, so at that point, you come down around here with a locked up E-diff, and all you know is you're going left to center and you can't steer. It really was a shitty situation. So you see, that turn's not any more sharp than any of these other turns. So it's not that the turn was abnormal, it was that the E-diff got locked. So then, and I'm not saying never buy an E-diff, I'm saying people need to be educated to the trade-offs of different things. So if you get into a weird situation with an E-diff car, the E-diff's probably going to lock up on you. That guy's peeling out. That guy's hauling ass. Anyhow, so here's the miracle, guys. The Corvette split that post that way and split that post that way. And by me going right into that pocket, not that I did it on purpose, but by me going right into that pocket right there, because I couldn't turn back to the left. My wheel was locked right, but the E-diff was keeping me going to the left. So it kind of had me in like this weird skid where my front wheels were unhooked. And so I got very lucky, go in here, and by it popping those both, it allowed the guardrail to lift up. And by that guardrail being bent around, so then let's give all credit where credit's due. I'll put up the link to the car being pulled out from underneath here. It was a different car. That car got totaled. But this A-pillar stayed strong, thank God. And that A-pillar lifted that guardrail up, and the guardrail was resting across this back window. Okay. Anyhow, I'm gonna end that video here. I gotta take a leak.